What's up, everybody? Welcome to John Versus. We're here today again this week with another great film for you. And I brought on somebody who normally I apologize to every guest, but I know Bill watches movies that are, below average more often than the regular person. So I'll offer Bill a smaller apology. Bill, I'm sorry that I made you watch this. Bill Cariola, everybody. How you doing this week?
I would like that apology a little bigger after this one. So
okay, I didn't realize
we will that later.
I'll offer you a larger apology. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for offering you a small apology.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. We usually just talk briefly about it without spoiling what we're talking about, even though people who have clicked on this video know what we're talking about. Going in, initial thoughts about this movie going in and then coming out.
Okay, so going in, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad." So also, I'm coming in on part 2. So I'm like, "All right," and you said to me, "He's like, you can watch part 1 if you want." I'm like, "I think it's gonna be funnier if I do not," because I'm gonna tell you right now, just by the cover art and some of the things I'm seeing, I'm like, "This." I'm giving minimum effort into this, so I will not watch part 1. Maybe that'll pay off. Hey, you didn't really need to see Terminator to enjoy Terminator 2.
That's true.
And that is the only time I'm going to mention that movie in the same breath as this one. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to go in and let's see how they handle it. So,
and then when you were all done, how'd you feel?
Oh, tired. Okay. This movie was like an hour and 22 minutes.
Right.
And it somehow felt like watching Beau is Afraid.
I will say all these Jagged Edge movies, no matter how short they are, they load them up with so much dialogue and exposition.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know who these movies are for. They're for children, I guess, but children probably shouldn't be watching them. No. But let's rip the Band-Aid off. We talked about Amityville Scarecrow last week. They made a sequel. It's Amityville Scarecrow 2, and the trailer looks like this.
These kids just went missing. One by one, they just turn up dead on the cornfields.
I wasn't going to tell you. There's some murders on this farm.
I just don't like the thought of everyone running off scared when they find out what happened here.
We killed him. It's over.
Even though they didn't find a body? I mean, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist.
Hello?
We have gone to great lengths to make sure that this place is safe.
Please, just hurry.
I hadn't watched the trailer until right now, but that's almost the whole movie, right?
I mean, but without the other parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some small background if you're not familiar with the Amityville Scarecrow franchise.
And I don't blame you. And I just don't.
There's a mom, there's her sister, and there's a daughter. So in the original, there was also a father and another daughter, and half the family survives the first movie. And at the end of the first movie, the two surviving parental sisters, make a vow that they're going to continue the land and make sure nothing gets done with the land. And they make it very clear at the end of the first movie, nothing will get done on this land. It's too fucked up. We can't have anything happening here. The land is cursed.
You sure about this? We keep the land. We don't let anyone come here. We protect the land as Mom wanted us to.
So they're going to open a business.
Yeah. So literally, this is the next year. They're like, you know,
or two. That is really never really explained.
Yeah.
They kind of back and forth on how long it's been. The chain events of
both movies. A year or two. It's either a year, 18 months, or 2 years, I guess. And so they reverse course, from this land is cursed. No one will set foot on it again. Their idea for a business
Please
is
go
horrible.
into it. Please go into this idea for a business.
It's the same bullshit trailer park, right? Like the same small, like 1/2 lot trailer park, and they're going to turn it into a luxury glamping experience.
This isn't going to be any ordinary glamping spot. This is going to be the best glamping location in the whole of the country. We want to attract attention of investors from all over the world.
To the point that they've hired like 7 staff, and they're giving them like legit, like hard sell prep talks. Like, you have to do everything for the customer. This is going to be a worldwide, world-leading experience.
You will all be the faces of Amityville Farm Glamping, okay? Every guest is a priority, and every request has to be heeded.
I would never go to this.
On a murder farm. It looks like a murder farm. Like, even if I didn't know it was a murder farm. And maybe I was wrong on what glamping is, and then I took to the internet, and no, I was not. So I'm going to tell you right now, just because you strung some lights around a dilapidated Volkswagen bus doesn't mean you're glamping.
Oh my God, Rob.
How does it look?
It looks great.
Just because you managed to clean out the dead raccoons from a few caravans does not mean you're glamping. Just so we're clear. Just want to reiterate that.
It's the same property it's the same set as the first movie, complete with the fact that if you walk like 500 feet, there's just the kill garage. With some abandoned vehicles and all the same tools and bullshit. Even though it burned down in the first movie, it's still there again. They've burned this building down twice now. It's still standing. With all the murdery shit inside of it. On the property of the glamping experience.
You mean the Time Lord shed?
Yes, the Time
They called
Lord.
it a shed with a fucking full-on working car garage in it. And from the outside, it looks like a box. And you get inside, I'm like, that is some Time Lord technology they have for this goddamn shed. That is impressive.
Well, like any good slasher in a campy ground area, just like in Friday the 13th, such Friday the 13th vibes, where it's set time-wise, they're about to open. They're doing all the prep work. So
they got about 4 years of prep work in front of them, and they're going to do it in 2 weeks.
Like you said, it's like a sub 80-minute movie. There's a 4.5 minute opening credit sequence with just like panorama shots. Then we get to the cold open where 2 employees who are, they make no secret that they're a couple because the girl's threatening sex, then wanting sex, then threatening to cut off sex and all kinds of stuff. And like Bill said, stringing up lights.
16 minutes.
Yes.
I clocked it. This cold open where they never introduce their names or really get into like who these people are. We are forced to spend 16 minutes with these people. I don't have a fucking clue what's going on.
It's just like they are legitimately, they're just putting up lights. The guy goes to hit the power. He hits the power, turns around, gets killed. And then it's just cliche city where the girl's like, hey, what's going on?
Rob? Don't be a dick.
And the weird part is he's killed right by the light switch.
And somehow his body is transported around the other side.
Yeah. She goes over there. He's not there. She sees the guy, the scarecrow. She runs around the building and trips over the body. But we've never seen the body move, nor does the bad guy have enough time to move the body around the entirety of the building.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Also,
yeah,
I understand these films are not made in America now.
Yeah.
Because, and I had to look all this up. Maya is her name, the woman in the
Yes.
beginning. And her fucking accent, I think I clocked it at Inglestona, Polonistan. Like, it is, I have no idea where this bitch
Her
is.
accent moves around a lot. She is part of the
Like, this is, so I cannot identify. You could say Neptune, I would believe you.
yeah, she's part of the normal jagged edge crew of folks that are always around. And I believe she's got like this like Slavic Eastern European accent. The other dude's clearly from England. Yeah, she's in a lot of these movies that I've seen.
Okay, cut this shit out. I had enough.
Anyway, they get killed, and then we get the title card.
Five minutes of still shots and credits.
More still shots. We're introduced to the rest of the crew, and this is like, it's a trope, I guess, of slasher movies, but in this movie, it just feels real dumb, given the history of the place and the fact that like the owners lived through the initial slasher movie, right?
Yeah.
But people start disappearing, and it's just like, I guess they quit. I guess they're not. Has anyone seen them?
Not to mention now, there's loads of jobs to be done because Maher and Rob just sailed like that.
You wouldn't think like, hey, we are smack dab on a murder farm. Are the murders happening again? Also, and this is just for me, please help me, because I didn't watch the first one. They drone, and I mean drone, on and on and on about how they can't leave.
They can't leave. I'm gonna take a crack at this for you, Bill. They can't leave
because it's not really explained. They're like,
because
we are tethered to this place.
Yeah, the curse. Which, by the way, the backstory in the first one, the Lester, the person they're talking about, is basically it's the same backstory as Freddy Krueger.
It's Freddy Krueger. It's
there was a camp there. Yeah. There was a camp there. He was killing children. They burned him down in the shed. In the first movie, his spirit goes into the Scarecrow, and it's a killer Scarecrow. Then they burn down the Scarecrow. However, since the land is cursed, the sisters believe that if they were to sell the land or pass it on to somebody else, it would be like a caveat emptor situation, and they would just be selling this curse to somebody else. Who cares at that point? But that's why they can't leave. It's a response. It's a duty. It's a duty.
Rope it off.
Well, yeah. In the beginning of the first movie, it was like, don't go there, but people kept getting killed there. It's weird. It's also like the same problem a lot of other jagged edge franchises have, where like in the movie they're clearly saying people were murdered. People were murdered. I read a newspaper article where people were murdered.
Yeah, they were.
But the cops and Scotland Yard and Interpol or whoever should be involved never gets involved. In fact, in the first movie, a police officer gets murdered there.
Well, I wouldn't go there either, but
yeah, but there's never any like intervention where it's like, you know what, we're gonna step in, we're gonna eminent domain this lot, and we're gonna just turn it into a parking lot.
Yeah, and then because Tina's one of the ladies. Yep, Tina, the one, the aunt mom. I don't know. Anyway, because she talks about how this place needs to be cleansed, and that is like the subplot of Cancer from The Room. It is immediately dropped and never brought up ever again. So, like, what?
I also
yeah, did she maybe just actual cleaning? Also, and this is my. I'm sorry. We're doubling back to the cold open because they have the same conversation 3 times in 15 minutes. It's literally just repeating the same things over and over again. And we watch them do all this hard work, and then they never reveal the lights they hung up. They can't pan the camera over to the right slightly. You see lights are on, but for what, I don't know. And I'm like, just over that. That was just like what I was like, what? And then she says a line, and then, like, whatever. the woman I can't Maya.
Maya.
Yeah, so she says, and I'm sorry. She says, if you think you're getting laid tonight, you need to pack that shit in. And I'm
If you seriously think you're getting late tonight, you better pack this shit in.
like, I don't understand what that means. Like, literally at all.
Pack those thoughts away, sir. You're
I
not.
guess,
You're not
but like, I've never heard it put like that. Is this some
me either.
Estonian slang?
I assumed it was British slang that I'm not familiar with.
Or Transylvanian, because she's also probably from there. So
yeah, also in these movies, like no matter who they are, you have people with American accents, people with British accents, Irish accents, Australian accents. They all use British slang. The amount of times people who have talked like me have called a flashlight a torch. Oh, I've lost count.
Yeah, fair enough. So.
But yeah, and we also get like there. You saw it in the trailer too. Tina again is saying, "We've done everything we can to make this place safe."
They've literally done nothing.
They've done nothing.
Like shit is out in the open. The lock is hanging off this Time Lord shed.
Wait. Yeah. Shed's unlocked.
No safety anywhere. Like, there's no equipment to barricade in place should said murder happen again. Like, these are fundaments of how to safeguard anything. They couldn't even put locks on shit.
Yeah, there's clearly loose pitchforks and knives and scythes lying around. Clearly.
Oh my lord. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but we're introduced to the rest of the crew. There's 3 other ladies. One of them, another gentleman named Simon. Harriet, the daughter from the first movie, is dating a guy named Dylan. So we have 5 new characters and 3 old characters hanging around. We get right to it again. Now they're telling a story. They're telling the same story that we heard from the first time. And I think we've already heard the story before in this movie.
Yeah, they kind of parsed through it. But the guy's like, oh, murder's happened here. Well, what happened? Well, I don't know. I'm like, dude, fucking Robert sucks at telling stories.
Don't get hysterical, okay? But a couple of years ago, there's some murders on this farm.
Murders.
I don't know what to say.
From the beginning. So thank God, Lily, Beth, Margot, whoever. Like, I don't know.
I think Margot is telling the story.
And then the kids' summer camp opened. So then what happened? So there's this guy called Lester, and he worked on these grounds, like on the site. And he was a favourite of all the kids. They all loved him. Until one summer, these kids...
Right? Margot's telling the story. And then the one girl, Cindy's had enough of it. So she takes the only guy and she's like, I'll give you some real dirty talk. And would you believe it? Like, we never see this. A full-on, like, sex scene with nudity in a Jagged Edge movie.
No, that was Beth. That was Beth. I did write that down because I was like, I guess Beth didn't.
They have the names. They have the names backwards.
Beth didn't like check the clause in her contract because it required nudity twice from Beth. So
yeah,
I mean,
they have the names
get it, I guess.
Names are backwards on Letterboxd. But yeah, Chrissy Wanna, who's in the Asian woman who's in every Jagged Edge movie. She's
also fucking 40, and who's like I guess they're trying to pass these off as like teenagers or early 20s.
Oh, they always pass her off as a young woman. She's always like a youthful woman of the night.
I mean, she's not bad looking, but I know she's not 20.
She's definitely not supposed to be with that guy. So
no.
They had, and I don't want to say I was relieved to see a sex scene, but I was relieved that the Jagged Edge production company is kind of gravitating towards formula. The formula is the same old stale formula we've seen for decades now, but they used to not. There used to be no humor, no sex scenes, no resolution. They're starting to get with the program, and they keep with the thing where like these 2 are immediately killed. Like she goes to take a shower. She's
okay. No, wait. Actually, let's talk about the glamping experience of bathing in a shower with corrugated walls.
Yeah, a series of corrugated wall showers. Glamping. Yes.
did they bother to look up what that word meant?
And they're staying in like a full-on yurt. It's like it's a circular tent, also not really glamping, I guess, if you're in Mongolia.
I mean, it was a nut because all of a sudden I felt like I was transported to a different fucking film. It's like, oh my god, the lights are on, everything's bright, I can see what's happening. I mean, I guess it's important because that's where they're doing the nudity. We want to kind of see it. So, but I was like, Jesus, everything looks clean and nice.
When is this gonna end?
I'm gonna get a shower.
Also, I think that's the only because this happened. This is the thing that bugs just me specifically. But I tend to notice when they don't use Steadicam, and these movies do not use Steadicam, because that camera fucking shakes to the point where I almost got vertigo. And then, of course, the only time they use a fucking Steadicam or they put it on a tripod or something was for this sex scene. So we need to make sure we get all of this because we're not doing it twice.
Yeah. She offered to do one take. We're gonna get one take.
We're gonna get one take of that, one take of the shower. Bob's your uncle. I'm out.
Yeah. So we get like 4 years worth of Jagged Edge's nudity quota out in this one movie. She goes to the shower. She gets killed.
Can we talk about the stabbing technique that guy employed for the shower? He is literally like, just hold up, just because this is gonna be. It is like here. He's like that scene in Alien where they're doing the fucking knife.
Oh, yeah, when the bishop is doing the thing.
He's like rapid firing that shit.
Yeah, there's no really rhyme or reason. I mean, I kind of called what was going on like right away, just with how they kind of choreographed how this Scarecrow was. And mind you, it's not the same Scarecrow as the first movie. The first Scarecrow is clearly like the creeper from Jeepers Creepers looking. Yeah. This is just a dude in a Scarecrow, full on sack head, Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz outfit.
Straw hat.
Straw hat, just hacking and slashing.
Which does come in it later, but that kind of comes up and it makes me laugh.
And you always see his like his silhouette with the spiky straw hat.
I'll give it good on him though. It's like it's pretty like you know what that is. Like that's a pretty good silhouette. So I'm gonna give credit there on that one. Like, okay, I immediately know what I'm looking at when I see it. And they do a good job of like building, like as soon as that happens, like we see it. So very recognizable. So good on them for this one thing.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a second, but probably not.
Simon thinks he hears something. He goes out. He gets killed. Whatever. Now, four of the staff, I'm not going to call them counselors because this is glamping, not camping. 4 of the elite concierge staff are now just gone because even though there's blood everywhere, people are getting stabbed a lot. Apparently, the Scarecrow has the ability to erase all
cleaning up. Super good at cleaning up.
Fantastic at cleaning up. And everyone is fooled. Everyone just like, not only does he kill them and hide their bodies, and we never see their bodies, he also packs up all of their belongings and takes them away.
Hello? Hello, you two awake? Hello? Okay, I'm coming in.
That was so efficient. Like, and it always like, and I would love this because this happened a lot in like Friday the 13th. Where Jason would murder somebody, but he never left the body. He would always have to move it somewhere and sort of like do a big presentation. I would love just like not a full, but like a DVD extra of just the Scarecrow doing the cleanup and moving shit. Like, I don't know.
He's got the squeegee and a spray bottle.
Jesus Christ, this is gonna fucking pull if I don't get it up right away.
Right.
Although I got to admit, those corrugated walls really.
Yeah, just the blood doesn't stay. The blood rinse is right off. The blood rinse is right off.
Oh, fucking glamping showers. Yes.
Yeah. So now we're down to 2 extra counselors, Dylan and the original 3 people from the movie.
No, we have the other. We always forget about the other 2 or 3 because it's Harriet, but it's also Margot.
Margot and
fucking
Lily
sucks.
Yeah.
Margot sucks. And then this poor girl, Lily, who's dragged into Margot's horseshit.
Yeah. So those two, and then the three original characters and Dylan are left. Now there's a huge gap in time. Now it's just like bullshit, exposition, bullshit, exposition, bullshit. What are we doing?
Does this movie take place over 3 days or a month? I have no clue.
It feels like it's supposed to be a day because it does get light and dark. Like they talk and all of a sudden it's dark. It's like, okay, now it's nighttime. So
we've been expositioning for fucking 9 hours. It's dark out. Yeah. Right.
So much expositioning, so much hemming and hawing, so much we're duty bound. We have to stay here, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. They're trying to make the most. They're trying to make the most of a shitty situation. It all winds up. They go to the shed, right? And now it's like the same willy-nilly bullshit. Like, am I killing people? Am I capturing people and tying them up? There's no rhyme or reason.
So let's analyze what happens here. It's because Margot. It's Lily and Beth. No, Beth's dead.
Yeah,
I have it all right here. Hold on. So it's Lily and Margot that go to this fucking shed. Lily is immediately attacked from behind. Fucking Margot looks at it and then just fucks off. Like she just fucks right. I'm like.
It was her idea.
And not only that, but like she doesn't look at all excited, scared, emoting in any way, shape, or form. She just kind of stands there and then she fucking pieces out.
She just hits her marks.
You are literally surrounded by tons of blunt objects. Does this bitch owe you money? Like, why are you not even doing any kind of effort to save her whatsoever? So that poor Lily dies, but we get the shot of her body with the fucking straw in her mouth. And I was like, all right, that's great right there. That's hilarious. That's good stuff.
Then there's like, is there a third girl too? So the one girl dies and then Margot runs off.
Oh, Cindy. Yes, Cindy, I'm looking at it. Yeah. She's the one that is she the one that gets in? I think she's the one that gets in the car.
Yeah.
That has the dead Beth in it.
Yeah, it's crazy because then it's like they always make these comments like, yeah, the cell phones don't work, but the cell phones work if you go down the street. But we could leave, these cars work, we could drive away and call the police. They never get around to it.
They did do it. They did. They drove and it's like, hey, the police don't believe me, but they're coming.
Someone's killed my friend. Oh, no, this is serious. No, please just send someone right away. I'm at the Amityville farm campsite. Please just hurry. I don't think they believe me, but they're sending someone.
And I'm like, cool. Fucking stay put.
They don't.
Wait till they no.
Yeah.
And now, in somewhat sensical fashion, Harriet says, my mom and Dylan are back there. I have to go help them. I understand. I also love that she took off her coat in Dylan's glamping fucking caravan, but she still refuses to take off the scarf that she's wearing.
Right.
Which is funny because she's like falling all over the place, but somehow keeps this goddamn scarf on, and it is so distracting.
I'll go around the back. No, wait. Just follow the plan.
Well, all right. Well, okay. Why are we still wearing this thing? I don't know.
Yeah. So everyone doubles back because almost everybody doubles back. Margot again runs away, but then the Scarecrow doesn't fall for it twice. He runs after her, and there's a really extended scene where he cuts her heart out.
Yes. No, it's the other girl. I love this was my favorite. So we get I don't know if it's Cindy or whoever. I don't give a fuck. No one cares. So she like, it's literally after one of them just got murdered. She is nowhere near there. She gets into a car, gets into the car, tries to start it up. We find Beth's dead body. He was nice enough to put Beth in a towel before placing her dead body in the backseat of a car. That's just a classy killer move. You know what? Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Murder Crow.
And he's also in the backseat of that car, though.
Right?
I don't know how he got there. Like, he was just killing this girl over here. This girl gets in the car. He's in the back seat.
He's there already. Oh, I also forgot. Oh my god, I forgot about the sex scene with Harriet.
She's wearing a bra.
She's like, you did not pay for this, and I'm like, good on you, honey. But like, Dylan couldn't have looked more fucking bored with what is happening right now. Like, he is not having a good time at all. I'm like, why are you even doing this, bud? It'll come
I don't think
later.
either of them were having a good time. It was
not really, no.
Loveless. This is the doing.
They were married for 30 years.
Missionary again, Dylan. You got it.
God, I'm not taking. You're not getting a look. Forget it.
Yeah, and I'm going to splice all these in here, so don't worry.
It's fine.
And then now we're wrapping it up. Now the Scarecrow has killed all the people he's going to kill. He's kidnapped all the people he's going to kidnap. They're not really.
Every time actual violence happens, like all of a sudden it's just like a quick cut to black, and then we come back, and then it's over because they clearly couldn't afford the special effects. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Once again, like they're getting free. They're scattering. He lets they're hitting him with wooden planks. It's really wacky. Like he doesn't have a good crowd control. The Scarecrow does not have good crowd control. Then it all escalates to a point where he runs outside. They stab him in the shoulder. He falls.
Was that like a fucking screwdriver or something?
It was like an awl or something. I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
It was something. They stab him. He falls over. His head fall, like the sack falls off his head. It's fucking Dylan. He's Lester's grandson. Huge reveal.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah. I called that like really early on in the movie.
I did too, and they did no setup for this whatsoever because that guy didn't have more than 4 fucking lines.
Right. And I don't want to spoil like anything. Like,
oh no, who cares?
I don't want to spoil my drinking game really, but like I think I will because like the amount of times he just immediately starts calling them bitches. Like whoever wrote this script is like we need more bitches.
You clueless fucking bitches. You really don't recognize who I am, do you? I'm Lester's fucking grandson.
No.
He has to call them bitches again. Like every single word out of his mouth. He calls them bitches about 30 times and then they set him on fire.
Yeah. And by fire, I mean they light him. They spill some liquid around. Harriet lights a match. We hear fire. She shuts the door and knocks it. We cut to Dylan. Literally nothing happening. We hear fire noises, but I'm like, where is this fire that's clearly not happening? And then we cut outside to the Time Lord shack, and they just turn on heat lamps at the floor.
You fucking bitches! It's not over! It'll never be over!
That is it. That's the shittiest fire I've ever seen.
Well, you need to watch more Jagged Edge movies.
I really don't.
And then we get to the, we can't get a real resolution because we find out when Dylan's giving us exposition that even though the first movie was supernatural and his grandfather's spirit had reanimated a scarecrow, when they burned the scarecrow, his grandfather's spirit kind of just joined him in his head.
As you do.
And then, the big twist is we find out that boring missionary sex that Dylan and Harriet were having, now she's pregnant and Harriet's hearing
and
voices.
She is 15 months pregnant, by the way.
Why is the sign here?
Oh, I just took it down.
Also, now, hold on. Aunt Tina got stabbed.
Yes.
But, made it out. Then we flash cut to, we got a 13-month pregnant Harriet. And they said, don't worry, Tina's going to be out of the hospital soon. I'm like, what is fucking Tina doing in the hospital for 9 fucking months?
No, I'm not leaving. And when Aunt Tina gets out of the hospital, I'll be a proper family.
With a stab wound.
A stab wound takes 9, like, why is she still?
He hit her in the soul, I guess.
You can tell they didn't fucking think that timeline through, and they were just like, just make it sound fine.
She just kept ripping her stitches open. She's been here for 9 months.
Jesus Christ, that's so. Did it get infected? Did they name a disease after her, like an SLC Punk? Like, what is going on?
It was COVID times. She got COVID in there. She got MRSA in there. She's been in the hospital for 9 months.
Oh, that is the most expensive stab wound. Oh well, then they have free healthcare there, so
it's naturalized healthcare. She's fine. And then Harriet starts hearing voices, just like the Dream Child. We get a little call back to the Dream Child.
Mom, was that you?
Because now the baby, I guess,
that's the one movie you want to emulate from Nightmare on Elm Street. You want that part 5.
They're still paying homage. Yeah. And then cut to black. Amityville Scarecrow 3 coming soon. What we do every week is I hope we've told you the whole movie. Everything this is more entertaining.
This is really it. Yeah.
Yeah. What we just did is more entertaining than the movie. But if you do watch the movie, Louise Booth has asked us to create a drinking game for you so that you could survive the movie. And I always let my guests go first. Bill, what would you offer to people who watch this movie by accident?
Take a drink every time exposition happens.
Oh, I don't know if you're going to make it. You better sit in a circle and take turns if you
Your
do that.
fucking organs will just be buoys floating in a sea of gin.
I got 2. One is obviously Tina and her sister say they've made the place safe. Take a drink every time you realize that's a lie. And then, or you could just wait to the last 10 minutes of the movie and you could speed run. You could do a Centurion every time Dylan says the word bitch. Take a drink.
Or every time Tina suddenly learned how to say the word fuck.
Yeah. Anytime you feel they've cursed too much, take a drink.
You remember the scene in Fargo where William H. Macy is like trying to sell the car to the couple, and he's clearly going to fleece them, and he's not budging, and then he goes away, and then you could tell it took every effort of this guy to be like, you're a fucking liar. I feel like that's Tina. Like it took like every inch of her person to say the F word, and then did it like 4 or 5 more times.
Right.
So,
exactly. You're going to want that true code.
Because the factory puts that on. So just saying.
Right. All right. Well, that's all for today. Bill, if people want to see more of your comedic stylings, where can they find you?
I'm all over the internet. It's fine. So I guess TLU. Yeah.
TLU over on Aaron the Dog MMA and Movie Trivia. We'll be seeing we'll be up and running there, and you'll see all of us over there. If you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. You can go to the Facebook group here for Why We Love Horror, or you can go to the Facebook group for Trivia League Unlimited. We're in both those places. This is Aaron on Monday. This Thursday, myself, Aaron, and Abby will be doing Why We Love Horror. I think the movie is like deep, dark, and lovely. We're watching that on Thursday. We'll be covering that in the show. And the next Friday, join us again at Why We Love Horror Trivia for a double dose of horror trivia action. Again, we appreciate you. See you next time.